Another nail biter for the Raptors, and I must say, we looking decent, man. We looking. I'm happy as a Toronto Raptor fan. I'm happy that we're finally in the win column because these past two games, yes, against the Hornets, but they've been good closeout games. Well, not the first one. The second one, we closed the game out decently. They made runs. Devontae Graham was hitting some crazy shots at the end, but Nick Nurse with some of his substitutions really helped us out. Kyle Lowry made that big shot over Gordon Hayward, and that really showed me that I've always been thinking this, but Siakam shouldn't be taking this last shot. Like Kyle Lowry has shown time and time again for us that he deserves to take the last shot. We live and die by Kyle Lowry, not Pascal Siakam. Siakam is just like Giannis or Zion. You don't want them taking the last shot. They're like a good second option. You do a screen roll with Siakam and Kyle, or you just isolate for Kyle, and he'll do the rest. Like that little spin around fadeaway shot that he does, it's butter. We saw that multiple times. We saw that in the Celtics game against Kemba Walker when he made that shot over him. Bro, that's just him. Like he's a big shot taker. Remember when he made that half court shot against Miami in Game 6? I think it was in 2016. Remember Dwayne Wade's face when he did that. Like Kyle Lowry is the type of guy that you want taking the last shot. So I don't think I want to see Siakam have the ball with 7 seconds left, isolation. Like I don't want to see that from him. What I want to see from Siakam is maybe go to the post, Kyle Lowry feed you the ball, and after you be the second option. But this was a good game. Stanley Johnson, I must say, Stanley Johnson played a great game. Even though I want him to be more assertive on offense, we bring him in for defense, and he does exactly that. Great job by Nick Nurse. Great subbing him in for the last two possessions because came up with two great possessions. The first possession when Devontae Graham had the ball and he airballed it because of the smothering defense from Stanley Johnson. And the last play, knowing he had Biombo, he closed out on Terry Rozier because Siakam was late. Like Stanley Johnson just does so much for us because Boucher is not the strongest. We can't rely on him to box out a guy like Biombo. So Stanley Johnson, OG, they're good guys for defense. And Stanley Johnson hit his threes. One thing I must say from this game, I don't like Fred VanVleet taking as much threes as he's taking. Like he's shooting like 33% from three this season. It's unheard of because, steady Freddy. He's known for being the steady guy. And I don't like seeing him shooting what? Shooting like 10% from the field. Like that's not something we're accustomed to as a Raptor fan. Siakam, he didn't have the best shooting game. This wasn't his best game, but I like the type of game Siakam is producing. He's producing games where it's like you don't need him to be shooting 20 shots. And he knows that. And I think that's good. He's being a facilitator. Like he's being a true facilitator. And I like that. Because before he was forcing it, if he doesn't have his shot down, he's not forcing it. He's acting like a point forward. And I really like that from him. Charlotte, this wasn't the best game for Charlotte. They made runs, but this was not the best game for Charlotte. It's crazy how the Charlotte was 6-6. And these two games that we beaten them, they're now 6-8. And now we're 4-8. We're coming closer. Like we are two last second shots from being 6-8. Like we still have I don't know if we want to tank, but we still have a chance to make the playoffs. Like I don't know why people are counting us out. But again, I don't know what we're gonna do about our center position. Because Aaron Baines, when he starts the game, it's like I don't even know. When he starts the game, we're just start off slow every single time. But I understand why Nick Nurse is doing that because we don't want what's the name? You don't want Chris Boucher to foul out because Chris Boucher and Siakam, every game we play, it's like they rack up fouls. Every single game we play, they rack up fouls. I think Siakam's averaging like 5 fouls per game or something crazy like that. Like, and we can't afford to lose Chris Boucher because he's giving us 20 points off the bench. Norman Powell played amazing. Norman Powell played amazing. Even though I think teams are now finding a game plan against Norman Powell because when he drives in, it's like he drives in or he shoots. It's like he barely drives and kicks, and we can see some of the turnovers he's gotten because of that. But it's a well-rounded game from us. We didn't really need Watanabe in this game because Stanley Johnson just gave us great minutes. Kyle Lowry played a good game, good solid game all around. But Fred VanVleet, he's taking 10 threes, like, and they're not open. Some of them are open, but he's shooting from so deep. I'm just like, those are not good shots. Fred VanVleet is supposed to be steady Freddy, but he's getting 25% field goal percentage, only making three threes. Doesn't look like it as a Raptor fan because he shoots like open threes sometimes, but he's shooting from so far. It's like, take a step in. Like he's good on the mid range. I don't know why they don't shoot more mid ranges. Like Kyle Lowry and Fred, I feel like they should shoot more mid ranges. And I don't know why they like how much threes we got? 49 threes. At least we hit it this game, but 49 threes is not good. We average the most threes, but it's not like we don't have good shooters. Kyle and OJ Anunoby, he's been racking up some threes. He's been shooting better. OJ Anunoby and Kyle, and I think Norman. Those are three-point shooters. But we can't have Fred because that season he's been shooting horribly. We can't have him shooting so much. He needs to drive and paint, drive and kick, in which he did. 10 assists. He almost had a triple-double. We were doing a great job of rebounding. Because, of course, Aaron Baines ain't playing. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what Raptors are supposed to do with that. Because as a theme in these videos, it's like we keep looking at our roster. Malachi Flynn came in, played good for us. But we look at our roster, we have Matt Thomas still sitting on the bench, Terrence Davis. Like, we could trade Thomas, Davis, Bembry for a center, and Baines for a center. Because our bench is, we have a lot of people on our bench that can play. That's our problem. We don't have the bench mob like, we used to when a Siakam, uh, um, Jakob Pertl, DeLon Wright, Fred VanVleet. Like, you guys remember, and OG Anunoby. That was like bench mob. When he came in, it gave us great energy. We don't have that no more because we don't have consistent people. I think Stanley Johnson's making a name for himself on this team because he's giving us great defense. And that's great, but he's on the offensive end, he's not assertive enough. But it was a good win. As a Raptors fan, you can't get mad at the win we have. And we just have to continue on this stride. Like, we have to continue. 5-game stretch, 6-7 game stretch of playoff teams. So depending on how well we do, it's really gonna show if we showed some type of growth or not. But we can't expect Norman to shoot 20 or score 20 points. So we had to find a way to have our starters in the first 6 minutes of the game because we keep starting off so slow. And Aaron Baines is a big part of that because he doesn't. On our defense, we switch so much. It's like we need mobile guys. We need mobile big men. Boucher is a no mobile big man. So is Stanley Johnson. He plays big man, but he's like 6'6". So like we need that mobility in the starting quarter because we can't keep putting ourselves in that catch up in the first quarter because that's not good enough. But Boucher averaging like 20 points the last 4 games, he's been amazing. So I mean, if he continues this, there's no way we're not gonna continue ascending on the table. So, yep, that's my video. If you like the video, and peace.